Let me start with something that sounds insulting, but it isn't. Thinking you're special doesn't mean you're arrogant. It means you're human. Because one of the most common mental habits on Earth is this. You believe the rules apply to other people, but somehow you'll be the exception. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't think they're better in an obvious way. They think they're different in a convenient way. Different enough that consequences will hit others harder. Different enough that time will be kinder to them. Different enough that discipline is optional. That belief feels like confidence. It's not. It's psychological protection. Let me explain. You can look around and see millions of people with the same dreams you have, same plans, same ambitions, same frustrations, same fears. But emotionally, your brain whispers, "Yeah, but my situation is unique. Yeah, but my reasons are valid. Yeah, but my story is different." And sometimes your story is different. But here's the catch. Most uniqueness isn't a reason to ignore the rules. It's a reason to respect them more. Yet the mind uses uniqueness to delay urgency. Now watch how this shows up in real life. When someone gives you advice that clearly applies, what's the first thought that shows up? Yes, but my situation is different. That one sentence keeps people stuck for years. Not because the advice is wrong, but because believing you're the exception lets you postpone action without guilt. It's not logic, it's permission. You don't reject the advice, you sidestep it. Most people know logically that bad habits compound. Time disappears, comfort has a cost, small neglect becomes big disaster. But emotionally, they feel insulated. It won't hit me like that. I'll figure it out later. I still have time. That's not optimism, that's specialness. It's the belief that future you will be stronger, calmer, more disciplined, more focused, even though present you keeps repeating the same patterns. Another way specialness shows up is this. You think your potential is rare enough that it will eventually force reality to cooperate, so you wait. You assume things will click. You assume one breakthrough will rewrite everything. You assume you'll suddenly become consistent. But potential doesn't intimidate reality. Reality only responds to repetition. And repetition is the part most people avoid because it's boring. This is where it gets uncomfortable. The belief that you're special often exists to protect your identity. Because if you admit you're not special, you have to admit something painful. That outcomes are tied to behavior. That delays our choices. That excuses don't matter. Specialness lets you keep the self-image without doing the work. If something doesn't work, you don't blame the method. You blame timing, circumstances, people, the environment, bad luck. The belief preserves the story. I'm still capable. I just haven't been seen yet. That's comforting. It's also how decades disappear. This is one of the most destructive parts. If you feel special, boring work feels beneath you. Repetition feels unnecessary. Foundations feel slow. Practice feels like something for average people. So you skip. Sleep discipline, fitness consistency, skill practice, saving money steadily, networking patiently, learning fundamentals. You want intensity without routine, progress without boredom, growth without humility. But the people who win long-term don't have magical talent. They have boring consistency. Let's talk about a common lie men tell themselves. I work better under pressure. No, you work under pressure because pressure removes choice. Pressure forces focus that you refuse to create voluntarily. So you delay until pain becomes stronger than comfort. That's not a personality trait. That's avoidance disguised as strength. Specialness shows up in love too. I don't need to communicate like other people. I don't need to be consistent. They'll understand me. They won't leave. So you get lazy. You stop listening, you stop showing effort, because you feel exempt from the basic rules of attention and respect. Then you're shocked when things fall apart. Not because the relationship was fragile, but because you assumed your role in it was permanent. This was why you think you're special. You're not. Stay sharp.
Thanks for spending time with us. If this sparked a new way of thinking, hit like and subscribe to keep the ideas flowing. And don't forget, check the description for the links to the original books and resources we used today. We'll see you in the next one.